We're here with Dr. Joseph Frager. Dr. Frager is the executive producer of the upcoming Israel Day concert. Dr. Frager, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
So tell us a little bit about the upcoming concert. You said to me just before you don't actually like to call it a concert because it's got a slightly different kind of angle to it.
Well, it is a concert, but the angle, of course, is that it's also a rally. And it was started in 1994 in opposition to the Oslo Accords, which we thought were extremely dangerous and still think are extremely dangerous. And it was an attempt to try to secure the land of Israel, the entire land of Israel, and to show that there was a major voice in America, American Jewry, but not only American Jewry, the Americans in general, that supported a settlement opportunity and enterprise in Judea and Samaria, and Yehuda and Shomron. And there are many, many Americans, not necessarily Jews, who feel the same way that I do. Many politicians that feel the same way that I do. And I don't think that voice was heard. Certainly in the Oslo years, it wasn't heard. And even now, it's suppressed. So we're trying to bring it to the forefront. And Ted Cruz, Senator Cruz, who's coming this year, is probably the best and most pro-Israel senator and political figure of today. As you all know, I mean, he literally took on the Secretary of State, John Kerry, when Kerry made the mistake, major mistake, of saying, of using the apartheid word in association with Israel. And, of course, Senator Cruz called for his resignation. No other senator, to my knowledge, no other congressman did the same. So Senator Cruz is like way up there in our eyes in terms of his taking on the world and saying what has to be said and not being afraid to say what has to be said. And to have him at an event like this is, to me, an incredible, thank God, is an incredible miracle. And we're very, very pleased because he could have gone to Iowa. I mean, he's choosing to be with Israel on a day that his whole political career could have been shifted to Iowa, because there's a big political caucus in Iowa on Sunday, June 1st, the day of the concert and the parade. So this is a tremendous thanks to the senator for stepping forward, coming forward, and being united with us. And with this type of chizuk, this type of strengthening, I think that we can really hope and see a day when all of the Senate and Congress really supports unanimously Judea and Samaria, and not just a secure Israel. We all want to have a secure Israel, but we want to have a secure Israel throughout its borders, and that concept is still a work in progress.
And so what's special about this year in particular?
Well, Senator Cruz, for one thing, is extremely special. We also have Ambassador John Bolton, who was here last year and is here again with us this year. We have Danny Danon, who was with us in previous years and in this year as well. But what is a little bit of a twist is that we have Alan Dershowitz, who has never been to our concerts, and he's introducing Ted Cruz. And that's an interesting story within a story, because Ted Cruz was his prize pupil at Harvard Law School in Dershowitz's class. So Professor Dershowitz is really, I think, excited, from what I can gather, to be asked to introduce Senator Cruz.
And so, I mean, this has been going on for now 21 years, is that correct?
That is correct. Thanks to the Frager family and Carl Frager of blessed memory, of course, who helped establish Israel National News and so many other vital Israeli functions, and whose daughters live in Israel, his grandchildren live in Israel. Of course, Sylvia Frager, who is with us today at the concert, makes it all happen in his memory. She's carrying on his tradition tremendously, and she should be given long years in life and with strength and health. Of course, the Lehman family, Dr. Manfred R. Lehman, who was chairman, the first chairman of this concert 21 years ago. The Lehman family has been there from day one. And the Mattis family has also been there from day one, and they are also, both Reuben and Rose, who passed away, are being memorialized in this event. So we're trying to pull it all together. It's a long haul, but we, I believe, are getting there. Dr. Brody, Gerard Brody, of course, deserves special thanks. Svika Bornstein, who really worked really hard to put the incredible musical performances together, and we have not only great political lineup, we have a tremendous musical lineup. So I mean, you can't lose. You got winning on both sides. So we're very happy about that. And of course, there are a lot of people to thank. National Council of Young Israel has been behind this. Rabbi Perry Tershwell, Farley Weiss, Bob Levy, Yosef Poplak. A lot of people at the Chaim Liebtag, a lot of people at the National Council of Young Israel make this happen, and we thank them really. All the sponsors, of course, who come out every year, and it's not easy, and they come out every year, and they deserve tremendous thanks. My wife deserves tremendous thanks, Karen. It goes on and on and on. I had to thank Aaron Hertz, who's Casino Farms and Cedar Markets now in Teaneck. He's the one really responsible for bringing Ted Cruz. I was lucky enough to know him, and he called me, and it's all, thank God, happening. So there are a lot of people to thank, and I really believe that I could go on and on with the thanks, but we'll leave it at this. It's just a great event. We have 10,000 people coming out every year. No one else has been able to do that for Judea and Samaria. Yes, people go to the parade in tens of thousands, but the parade does not talk about Judea and Samaria. I mean, it doesn't talk about anything but Israel, and I guess a secure Israel, which, is a tremendous, I think, goal and a tremendous quest, especially with Iran perched to do things that they shouldn't be doing. And the BDS movement has sort of infiltrated the world, and the parade is, of course, feeling it. They've infiltrated, the BDS meaning the boycotters, divestment people, and sanctioned people. Now, Delia Jacobs, who I have to thank, who's standing right here, she and I and Bob Turner and Rory Lantzman actually took on the BDS groups in the parade. I believe it was 2 years, it may have been 3 years ago, when it was a problem. It was much more of a problem then than even now, even though it's a significant problem now. And I don't want to belittle it. It's a tremendous problem. I've been through a lot of these issues in the early days of the parade. It was Shalomit Aloni and Colette Avital that were doing things that people on the right didn't like, and it was a constant struggle. And of course, the concert came out of that struggle, and we're still going strong. But it all related to various factions that were trying to set an agenda that was not really the Jewish agenda. It was not a general Jewish agenda. BDS is one of those groups, or set of groups, represented or affiliated with some of the groups in the parade that is just unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. And of course, the concert has no part of that. But the parade is still a vital force and has to be reckoned with. And I believe that it is a very important aspect of life in of course, America. And I think that American Jewry should always be strengthened, because a strong American Jewry means a strong Israeli Jewry. You can't really... There will be a day when perhaps we don't have to talk like that, but the point of time now is that American Jewry is vital to the security of Israel. And Israelis in the know that. Iran is just a great example of where, if you don't have a strong America, then Israel is left on its own, and being left on its own, it can't do the job the way it may have to do the job. So having a strong American Jewry, a strong American Jewry presence in a parade of this nature, or a concert, with Senator Cruz or with John Bolton. One of the reasons we have John Bolton, Ambassador Bolton, is that he's probably been the strongest supporter of a strike against Iran among any major American political figure. And, you know, we have him for that reason. Danny Danon, strong Israel defense, strong Israel position on Iran. And so this is an opportunity to let our voices be heard, get our votes out, and let the President of the United States understand that we're here, you know, we're not going away, and, you know, he's going to have to deal with us, and he's going to have to deal with these problems, and we're here actually to help him. Right. We're trying to help him. Truthfully, that's something that I don't know that he realizes, but I can tell you, I'm here to help him. If he asks for our help, we're here. And that's how the Jewish people have always been. But that's sort of miscommunicated or misunderstood on so many levels that it's very hard to get the communication lines the way we'd like them to be.
Thank you very much, Dr. Frager, for joining us, and good luck with the concert.
Thank you very much, and Bezrat Hashem, with God's help, it'll be the greatest concert we've ever had in 21 years. And I want to thank, of course, a lot of people, Mort Klein of the ZOA, and Helen Friedman of AFSI, and, of course, our friends on the other side of the aisle, David Weprin, Assemblyman David Weprin, Scott Stringer, who's the city controller in New York City, and, of course, Rory Lansman, councilman, and so many others who are on the other side of the aisle. I just want to welcome everyone and to our 21st annual concert, and it should be a beautiful day for all, for the Jewish people. We should see, obviously, Israel be undivided forever, eternally. We shouldn't have these debates anymore. It should be a simple matter that the land of Israel eternally belongs to the Jewish people, and that's it. No arguments, no ifs, ands, or buts.
If only, if only. Thank you very much.